people carrying checks from Ministry of Finance to Central Bank. Are you saying with the new system that is going to be installed later on, no more carrying of checks, individuals will not be carrying checks from Ministry of Finance to Central Bank? How is it going to be handled, this case?
What will happen here, the system has been designed, and also this is based on best practice, where we'll do what is called capping. The system, we have two systems, the real-time gross settlement and then the automated clearinghouse for checks. Now, for checks, we will have a cap. A certain amount should pass, is a low value, you know, with checks, these are low value payment. So it may be because with the government, I believe with the current inflation that we have, I don't think whether checks will be viable, because we will do a capping, and because of inflation, normally in other countries, it should be less than $10,000. That should pass through the low value payment, that's the automatic clearinghouse. But high value payment should go through the RTGS. Like if a ministry wanted to pay a contractor that has provided goods and services worth billions, should pass through the RTGS. So in a nutshell, what I'm saying is this issue of checks will come to an end, and I'm seeing once we implement this, I'm seeing Minister of Finance will be more comfortable just to send an instruction, instructing the system, the central bank, that you debit our account and credit our client using this account, rather than using checks or issuing checks to the vendor or the client. So the issue of checks will be very minimal, because we will not be allowing those low value payment. We are trying to discourage the usage of check, because this is a tool, an instrument that is used in another country. But now with this system, checks will be very minimal. We will only use instruction through the real-time gross settlement. But that's not different, because if a client has provided goods and services, it is very easy for Minister of Finance administration to send an instruction to the central bank that you debit our account with this being cause of provision of maybe X services or goods that has been provided to the expending agency of the government. So checks will be very minimal. We will be more of using the real-time gross settlement for ease of settlement as well as for reconciliation purposes.
In which way is this system going to benefit the commercial banks, the citizens, and the government as well?
Thank you very much. As I told you earlier, this system is an ecosystem for the entire country. Why it is called interbank, and it is called South Sudan Interbank Payment and Settlement System. It will transfer funds from Bank A to Bank B. So for instance, if a client has provided a drug, for example, to Minister of Health in South Sudan, and then now Minister of Health will write instruction to Minister of Finance, we have received this drug amount X, maybe 1 billion, for example, then that instruction will be sent to Minister of Finance. And of course, that client that provided the drugs to Ministry of Health will have an account in a commercial bank, where now Ministry of Finance will send an instruction using the same system that is sitting in their environment, instructing central bank, debit our account. Ours will just be settlement purpose. They will send from their account, they will just debit their account, because they will have the accessibility. They will debit their account, then credit customer in a commercial bank. And it will be easy enough for a client to receive those funds in a commercial bank in real time. So this is an ecosystem. Commercial banks are using the same system. These are public goods. You know, the normal practice I explained earlier, people used to come to the central banks, give instruction, account has to be checked. You know, it was very tedious. Someone has to drive, you never know what is on the way, you know. So, but with this system, people will be sitting in their offices. Minister of Finance, commercial bank, central bank in the center. It's a centralized system. We are in the center just to, our role is to do settlement at the end of the day, and and we allow all the transaction for both commercial bank as well as Minister of Finance and government just to pass throughout the day.
The Minister of Finance and Central Bank have already signed a memorandum of understanding. What next?
We have signed the memorandum of understanding, and then we are to operationalize the MOU. And one of the objectives of the MOU was to now integrate the ITMIS, that the system used by Minister of Finance, and the RTGS, so that it allow Minister of Finance to transfer funds from their account to their client in real time, rather than client coming to the central bank and follow up. There will be no follow-up. System will tell you whether this has gone through or not. Yeah, so this is, we are to operationalize the MOU that we signed recently.
Is this a system developed by you, the government of South Sudan, or somebody somewhere else sponsored this and developed the system for you?
This is a system that was It is owned and operated by the government and Central Bank of South Sudan. In any country, RTGS is owned and operated by the Central Bank of any country. If you go and do research now, you will find RTGS is operated by the Central Bank. This system was a funding from the African Development Bank through some tripartite agreement that was arranged some time back, 7 years ago, where now they had to, because we are a member of the EAC, so we had to benefit from the membership. There was a project that was supporting the modernization of the national payment system in the region. So the region, they have already modernized their national payment system. As we were part of the EAC, we were also benefiting from this funding. So the funding built for us the system, and we are owning it and operating it by our own. There's nobody sitting somewhere. Our servers are sitting here in Juba with us. We are the one tuning it on. We are the one switching it on and off. It is our own.